Now that we have our Lego made, it is time for us to learn how to put the Legos together. And it's going to work a lot like putting blocks together. We are going to do this in an assembly mode. So go ahead and click on Assembly. Instead of Place from Content Center, you want to make sure this says just Place. And now we're going to bring in the Legos that we want. I know that I need a couple of brown Legos, so I'm going to open my brown Lego, and I'm going to left click twice. When you're done bringing in your Legos that you want, hit Escape. And now I need to place some green Legos. So I'm going to left click a few times here. And then hit Escape when you're done. Constraining Legos is much like constraining the blocks. You're still going to have 3 constraints for every 2 items. And we're still going to use the constrain function. But I'm going to show you a new constraint that works really well when it comes to Legos. Your very first constraint, though, is going to be the same. It's going to be like what I would call a face-to-face or a flat surface to flat surface constraint. So I'm going to use the constrain function, and I'm going to use the top of one, the whole top of one Lego, and I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to constrain it to the whole bottom of the other. And that pops that into place. I'm going to turn this just a little bit. Now you can always line up the edges, but what I like to do with the Legos, I like to constrain and I like to do the center axis of the holes. So if you hover right around the center of the circles, you see that dotted, that dashed line that goes all the way down through. If you remember when we talked about the alphabet of lines, that is a center line. I'm going to left click on that center line, that axis there, and then I'm going to find the center line below it, and that is the center of the circle below it, on the Lego below it, and that popped those together. Now sometimes that would do it, but I go ahead and constrain all this, both circles, both holes. Now those are constrained. This is a really good way, especially on the Christmas tree, where you need to offset the Lego. So again, you're going to constrain, your very first constraint, working with 2 Legos is going to be a flat surface to a flat surface or a face to face. So I'm going to do a full top to a full bottom. So let me turn this and do OK. But now I'm going to move this over, and I want to kind of line this up here. And now I'm going to constrain the center of this circle to the center of the circle below it. And press OK. That still is turning a little bit, so we probably need to still line up the front edge to the front edge of this one. I went the wrong way on that, so let's I am going to undo that. There we go. Constrain this edge and this edge. There we go. Now let's get one more in place here. Constrain the whole top. To this whole bottom. And we'll constrain the center of the hole, center of the hole, and then we'll line up some edges here. There we go. So that is how you constrain your Legos in Autodesk Inventor.